to the first semester students of GCC. This is Professor Deepa Tangankar dealing with financial accounting. We were dealing with the first unit of financial accounting and we have studied different merits, demerits of single entry system. Then we have seen the steps to be taken to convert single entry system into double entry system. So altogether there are 6 steps wherein we have studied in the previous class. The first one is to prepare the opening statement of affairs. Next is preparation of total debtors account. Next is preparation of bills receivable account. Next is preparation of total creditors account. And the fifth step is preparation of bills payable account. So these 5 steps we have already studied in the previous class. And the sixth step is cash account, preparation of cash account. This is the last step to be taken if you want to convert the single entry data into a double entry system. So let's look into the last step, that is the preparation of cash account. To prepare cash account, what do we get to know when we prepare a cash account? This account gives the details of cash receipts and cash payments. How much is the cash that you have been received and what is the amount of cash payments to be done. Next, the main objective of this account, the main objective of preparing this account is to find out either opening balance of cash in hand or closing balance of cash in hand or cash sales or cash purchase, which are essential for preparing final accounts. So with this account we get to know either the opening balance of cash, what is the closing balance of cash, or we also get to know how much is the cash in hand, cash at bank. We also get to know what is the cash sales, what is the amount of cash purchase being done, which are used for preparing the final accounts. Final accounts is nothing but trading P&L and balance sheet. Alright, so this is how the cash account looks like. To the debit side you have cash receipts and to the credit side you have the cash payments. So to the debit side, that is to the receipt side, you have two balance brought down, that is opening cash in hand. Next is you have cash sales. Next is the additional capital, two debtors received from debtors. Next is two bills receivable received against receivables, two interest received, two dividend received, two sundry income. This is to your receipt side. Coming to the payment side, what amount of payment you have done, whatever is the receipts comes to the receipt side, whatever cash receive are there, you need to receive them, that comes to the debit side. Wherever you have to make cash payment or you have made cash payment, that comes to the payment side. So by salary, here the amount. Next, by rent, that is by printing and stationery, by drawings, by purchase, that is cash purchase, okay, not credit, cash purchase, by purchase of asset, by sundry expenses, by creditors, that is paid, by bills payable, paid, by balance carried down, closing balance in cash. Right, so this is how the cash account looks like. This is the pro forma of cash account. Do write this account, do record the notes, okay. Then comes total of this is at the end over here, okay. So this is the pro forma of cash account. Do write down the notes, write down this particular pro forma, so that it will be helpful for you when we are solving the problems, okay. Now when we the 6 steps of preparing the data from single entry to a double entry system are over. That is, we have studied all the 6 steps starting from preparation of opening statement of affairs. The first step is preparation of opening statement of affairs, then debtors account, bills receivable account, creditors account, bills payable account, and the last step, that is cash account, which we have already studied. So let's look into one of the problem, some of the problems which will help you in understanding these steps easily. All right. So here is one problem. I hope it is visible to you all. So this is the question. So what does the problem say? From the following information, from the following information of affairs as on 1/1/2019, prepare statement of affairs as on 1/1/2019. So we need to prepare statement of affairs as on 1/1/2019. So you have the different assets and liabilities, and these assets and liabilities are on the date of 1/1 as on 1/1/2019. So this is the question wherein you have building, okay, building, and the amount is 50,000. Next, machinery, and the amount is 60,000. Furniture, the amount is 10,000. Investment, and the amount is 15,000. Stock, 5,000. Debtors, 25,000. Creditors, 50,000. Bills payable, 8,000. Bills receivable, 4,000. Cash in hand, 1,000. Cash at bank, 2,000. Outstanding expenses, 1,500. And prepaid expenses, 500. So this is the question. Okay, this is one of the question wherein you got to prepare the statement of affairs. We need to prepare the statement of affairs. Okay, so let's solve this particular problem. We need to prepare the statement. All of you write down the question and also solve this particular problem. Okay, so we'll prepare the statement of affairs. You need to prepare statement of affairs is nothing but we have seen in the previous class that it is just like it's a balance sheet. Okay, you need to prepare it in terms of assets and liabilities. Okay, it's just like balance sheet. So let's prepare the statement of affairs. So to the liability side, you have the liability side, then you have the amount, and then you have the assets, and then the amount. Okay, so let's begin with the problem. The first thing is building. So where do we take building? Building comes to the asset side. So let's write the amount of building, and then you take it to the building, you take it to the asset side. Okay, what is the amount of building? 50,000. So write down the amount of building as 50,000. Okay, next, where do we record machinery? Machinery is an asset. So machinery comes to the asset. So machinery, what is the amount of machinery? 60,000. So you take down the amount of machinery as 60,000. Next, what is the next thing? Furniture. So furniture. All of you solve the problem with me. Okay. So take down furniture to the asset side. So what is the amount of furniture? 10,000. So 10,000 the amount. All right. Next, investment. Where do we record investment? Investment is an asset, whether it is a short-term investment or a long-term investment. We take it to the asset side. So take down the assets to the asset side. Investment. What is the amount of investment? 15,000. So write down to the asset side, 15,000. Okay. Next, what do we have? Next one, stock. So stock, where do we record it? Stock is an asset which comes in case of working capital, short-term investment. So stock. Okay, what is the amount of stock? 5,000. So here we take it in terms of 5,000. All right. Next, after stock, what do we have? Debtors. So where do we record debtors? debtors also are to be recorded to the debit side. Okay, so debtors to the debit side. And what is the amount of debtors? Debtors amount is 25,000. So write the amount of debtors as 25,000. Next, what do we have? Creditors. So where do we record creditors? Creditors comes to the liability side. So write down the amount of creditors. Okay, creditors to the liability side. And what is the amount of creditors? It is 50,000. So write down the amount to the credit side. Next is bills payable. Where do we record bills payable? Bills payable is an liability, so we record it to the liability side. Okay, what is the amount of bills payable? It is 8,000. So record it to the liability side. The amount of bills payable is as 8,000. Next, after bills payable, what do we have? Cash receivables. So where does cash receivable comes? Cash receivables comes to the debit side. Cash payable comes to the credit side, whereas cash receivables comes to the credit side. The debit side. Okay, so cash receivables to the debit to the asset side. Okay, next. After cash receivables, what do we have? Cash receivables to the asset side. Next, cash in hand. Where do we record cash in hand? It comes to the asset side. Okay, so cash in hand to the asset side. Next, what is the amount of cash in hand? 1,000. So write down the amount to the debit side as 1,000. Next, after cash in hand, what do we have? Cash at bank. So cash at bank to the asset side. Cash at bank. What is the amount of cash at bank? 2,000. So write down the amount of cash at bank as 2,000. Next, after cash at bank, what do we have? I hope you are solving the problem with me. After cash in hand and cash at bank, we have outstanding expenses. So outstanding expenses, okay, which comes to your liability side. Okay, is an liability. So it comes to your liability side. Outstanding expenses, and write down the amount. Alright, now prepaid expenses, outstanding expenses to your liability side, prepaid expenses to your debit side, to your asset side. Okay, so prepaid expenses to the asset. Is there anything else that is pending which is to be solved? Anything else that is remaining? We have already taken building, machinery, furniture, investment. Each and every transaction has been taken. So let's total it out. The total comes down to, I think the asset side is more. So the total comes down to 1,72,500. 1,72,500. Okay, the same over here. 1,72,500, and the balance is how much? 1,13,000. 1,13,000. So this is your balancing figure, which is nothing but capital. I'll just take it to the next line. This is nothing but capital. Balancing figure. I hope all of you have, there we complete with the problem. I hope all of you have understood this problem. We'll solve some more problems in the next class. Thank you.